Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to episode 51 of Firemind, where we got to clean up the aftermath of our foolishness. Hubris has come to Firemind. When we opened up this cavity here, and by now I think I have understood how that demon was able to free itself. The fortification is only holding back demons if there is no liquid involved. The moment there is liquid involved, and that thing obviously was a swimmer and able to swim through, you see what happened. So, we now have to build, like, a grave for 54 people. 54 people, so VUCAR will dine gloriously tonight. What I'll be doing first up, we're going to excavate a massive memorial into the mountain here, as this is seriously what the least that we can do. This is going to be a memorial to what has happened, and yeah, the list of people that we find keeps on growing and growing. Let's hope that there is no more fighting involved. So that must have been an old message. Yeah, that's still from the aftermath of that. So yeah, let's see how the situation will go on. Our beloved Mayor Silob Linum Dodok has died, alongside with a couple of other people. Uzul and the Queen are still well and alive, but most of our miners, they died. Not Zonko Belladin though, the man that killed an angel. He's still well alive and kicking. But the rest of ours, well, it's going to be a really, really, really big memorial here. That's all I can say. I don't even know if we can fit in all the necessary caskets in here. But we'll try. So, well, apart from all the dreariness about all this, it's safe to say that we are ready to recover, you know. It's a ton of dead people, but, well, we're just going to put up the coffins, and they hopefully won't go down in a tantrum spiral. This is right now the biggest of my fears, that the people now will go crazy because of anger and all the losses that they have to fear, and all the losses that I have to face now. So there is also, with a new mayor, where's the mayor's suite again? Well, tell you what, there's did the chest never moved up here? Are you kidding me? I built all that and I didn't assign it to Uzol? Oh, Uzol has both of these rooms. Okay. I rest my case. I'm very relieved. Uzol can, of course, have both apartments. It's her good right as the chess of this place. But seriously, where was my apartment area for the mayor? I vaguely remember having it not too far away. Ah, here. From the main areas. That's what I wanted to say. Alright, now we know why the Queen was always ordering coffins. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking the whole time. That's what is not... It's not leaving my mind here. Seriously? A giant of all things now? Who do you think you are? Ingus, you need to be the leader now. Why can't I assign that bloke? So I can't assign him because he's already assigned? Is that the case? That sucks. So here, now, that's what I wanted. So, they have now a leader again, and that giant can kiss my boot. We seriously got bigger problems than you showing up here. So, enjoy your last moments. They won't last long. There's not much left of that squadron, but they surely love to kick some giant butt after all that has happened. So, let's see. That thing did kill a couple of goblins and dwarves. It's actually quite a battle-hardened creature. Not gonna lie. So yeah, so many people are being found dead these days. So... can our fighters now please close in and kill that thing? I hate it seriously nowadays. That it's so hard to assign your people. Nowadays is the wrong word. You don't know what I want to say. Sometimes the commands of the military are very, very clunky. There we go. Take Dad. We seriously got other problems. So, we totally need to build a lot of caskets now. So we're going to get started right away. This is not going to be so much a place of beauty as a place of necessity. Dang, there are so many dead people. But I am very surprised how well the moral holds up. I expected so much to go down and not work out anymore. But as a matter of fact, they're dealing with it quite decently. But we really do need new fighters now, so... of course, we don't need fighters exclusively called Ingis. But let's see here. Prime Corridors. Naked Dwarves first. Crystalline Clutches. That's also a... X-Squad. Alright. The poor miners have to work in Miasma. Alright. But we're now going to pick up, let's see, sort by melee effectiveness. Potential. You can sort for something like that? That's sweet. Alrighty, so... let's see how that'll play out. I mean, obviously we do need all these people now. I still haven't put up the Bone Doctor's Guild, but I thought about it and figured, isn't it a very, very fitting thing that sometimes less important things have to wait for the more important things in life? That's exactly one of those moments, if you ask me. So we're going to replace the Fallen with people that haven't had a weapon in their hand ever. This is a really, really problematic thing, because that means we now have to wait until these guys all are in fit for duty, you know? That's going to take a while. That's truly, truly going to take a while. None of these guys are fit for military service so far, and we obviously need a pair of gloves and... okay. Iron high boot. Nah, we're going to go for steel high boots. We got the necessary mats. And steel gauntlet. I'm making a bigger order of these, just because, heck, why not? And... let's see, how many caskets do we have? 35. We'll need more than that, but it's a good start. The Queen must be so happy. Alright. That's been seriously one of the scariest moments that I've had in Dwarf Fortress, but I love every moment about it. It's mostly because, you know, it's just cool when something happens that you haven't foreseen, and you know, crisis is happening. All right. So the first of these poor fellas can finally be buried. And there's again people fighting, but they're fighting somewhere far off. We don't care about that. So yeah. I did record the previous episode and this one very close together, so my head's kind of still ringing from the blows that came down in the last episode. It's been a very, very big shock, admittedly. I thought myself so darned invulnerable, and one little lizard demon was all it took to stop our hoopers. And look at these miners. They are so bad at what they're doing. Most of the legendary miners died in the last in the events of the last episode. So here's another cave croc dying. So it seems to me as if the cave crocs might be entering through this part of the system. I don't know. I mean, well, we'll see about that. I keep being surprised about the fact that they are basically directly in the city. Backpacks. So we have now a backpack mayor, I see. Well, Firemind will have to recover from this blow. It'll take a while, but dwarves are hardy. They'll mourn their losses, but that won't stop them from digging deeper. Don't you think anything wrong about these fools? Nah. So we're going to go and floor the Bone Doctor's Guild with Micah. There we go. And let's give the Bone Doctors their guild hall. It took us a little bit longer, but probably there aren't even enough Bone Doctors anymore here to want that guild. One of them died, obviously. One of them died. Even one of our one of the Engravers Guild died. That's a particularly nasty tragedy to me. Because these guys, they are... It takes a darned long time to train them. But such is the nature of loss. I love it how in this game you have a fortress of 300 people where you barely know everybody, but there's a couple of people that are really important to you. So you have your favorites, the people that you really care about, just like in real life. And if anything happens to them, it's really hurting you. There's a lot of people that you're like, somebody died? Yeah, that's a shame. But there's other people in your fort where whose death is really hitting you hard. Yeah. So here goes the coffin show. That is not right. So maybe we do it. Wait a sec. Oh no, that whole thing is asymmetric. You know what? We're going to keep it like that. It's going to be a reminder that we need to be more careful. The bad shape of this one is reflecting the bad shape of the plans that have led to the deaths of all these people here. It's a nice catch, isn't it? I would need to redesign this entire hall to change that. I am not down right now. Wow, that's a lot of tombs. So, I mean, I think... no, I could not. I was just considering if I'd just make this entire room a tomb, but then I noticed that only one of the sarcophagi would be used. I really hope that a future version of this game will have something like a mass grave. You know, we have a dormitory and we have bedrooms. It would be really cool to have that for burial options as well, because this is one of the situations where I got to bury so many people. I mean, alternatively, they could just balance the web spitters. That would work too. But, yeah. I mean, I'm really not pissed about losing people. It spices up the story. But I'm still a bit like, yeah, it feels darn silly that one creature can blast down the so many people when everything else is just being sneezed away by your military. That feels kind of weird. I would prefer to have less dangerous web spitters and more dangerous other things in general. That would be really just my wish list. A higher danger profile in general on many other things, but seriously, those web spitters, that's just going too far. Because, you know, that's the reason why we cannot get ourselves involved in any larger combat with these creatures. I mean, we can now safely excavate everything around here. Obviously, that is no longer bothering us. So I really don't know what is in that corner, and at this point, I don't even want to know anymore. We can't do it like that. Or, well, tell you what, we're just not gonna bother right now. There's been so much crap happening lately, and I just feel as if we just shouldn't provoke destiny right now another time. The quest for adamantine has cost so many lives. I think a lot of people here in Firemind will question the Queen. Not openly, not directly, but there will be the question whether or not all of this is worth it, and if it wouldn't have been a wiser choice to just stick with the Duchess's plan, which surely wouldn't be dangerous for us. What could possibly go wrong if we pour magma on the forest? But those things down there, those lizard demons. I think the some of the dwarves will now be weirdly inclined with these, as I think the VUCAR cult, with its death and suicide focus, will see these creatures as sort of holy death bringers. I think religious wackos just do what they do. But apart from that, the more sophisticated people, or the less religious ones, however you want to call it, don't want to hurt anybody's feelings here towards religion. Let's say the more pragmatical dwarves in the town, they will surely feel like it might be a wiser choice to go against the elves instead of the depths down there where demons and angels obviously roam the lands. So let's glass this place. And see where we can go. I mean, there is not that much distance between us and the adamantine anymore. Just a couple of floors more, and considering how much we have already cleared out, I mean, you'll be getting there. In the meantime, we should be designating more tombs. We really need to get those poor souls buried ASAP. It's one of the most important pressing matters right now. I mean, it is not that important that we prevent ghosts or anything, but the amount of miasma down here is unbearable. I mean, this place stinks of death and decay. All hands these days are either holding coffins downstairs or putting people into coffins. I think these are the two big things that you're doing these days in Firemind. Must be a really, really horrible summer down here. So, considering our magma machine, though, we're on a pretty good spot, as I can see all the walls have been completed. So we really just need to set up the machinery. Let's see, can I put a hatch on top of that, or is that not possible anymore? We're going to see. I don't know if dwarves can traverse that. It's very important that we have a hatch here to turn off the machine. It's always important to have a off switch. And that off switch will be, of course, in the Duchess's quarters. Not in the Queen's quarters. She's not interested in these technical things. These doomsday devices. So that's 2 levers. One for the bottommost hatch, and one for the secondary hatch that will be linked to the magma reservoir. Not building that yet, but I already have a clear plan where all this will go. So, another thing I do notice, it doesn't seem as if the power generation did hurt my FPS at all. The canal is dry by now, and the FPS is all the same. So that means this entire machinery didn't influence my FPS whatsoever. That is pretty good news in all honesty, as this means we're pretty clearly able to get there without worrying too much about the FPS, I mean. Well, let's check back another moment with the Bone Carvers Guild. Well, Bone Carver, Bone Doctor. So, what's up with the engravers? Well, I guess there's right now nobody engraving because there's just too much hauling and building orders. I know that whenever you put down building orders of that magnitude, like the one where I am now putting all the glass on the floor, that's always driving your dwarves nuts. It's odd. When it comes down to placing down blocks into the ground, your dwarves always will go nuts about that task. I don't know what it is. Must be DNA, I guess. But well, it is what it is. Jokes aside, you do notice when all of a sudden 50 people less in your fortress are working. That was a sixth of my fortress that just evaporated to one creature. That's darn scary and a gruesome reminder of how powerful these creatures actually are. As you see there. Alright, the hatch has been placed super nicely. And our new mayor is ordering bolts. So, alright, do I even have a bowyer anywhere here? Yeah. There goes. But we are not making bolts here. So we're making them either at the crafts dwarf, I guess? Or what? That is really weirding me out now a little bit. Well. So, make bone bolts, make wooden bolts. Bone bolts, now that sounds badass. That must be done at the Crafts Dwarf's workshop. Yep, there we go. Definitely gonna be making bone bolts. So, let's see. Yeah. That's being locked in. And we need to do that. That's a very, very pressing matter, of course. So, yeah, all of these tombs already have somebody assigned to them. But just as I had expected, nothing is more important than pressing down those weird glass blocks on the floor. But, well, I'm not muttering. I'm quite happy that we didn't lose the entire fort the other day. But this also shows me that we need to work differently. There has been a clear problem with our defense system, and that would have been very, very preventable. So we're going to go there and prevent problems like these in the future. So step one, we're going to put doors in here. And step two, we're going to press doors in here as well. And then we can seal off this entire zone the next time that something like this happens. And then what we're going to do instead is we're going to seal off that thing, quarantine it properly, and then we're going to set up the military, and then we're just going to kill the beast more focused, you know. Wow. That is a lot of dead dwarves. So, the Guildhall agreement has been fulfilled. I'm very happy about that. Damn, the Stoneworkers Guildhall looks nice. Seriously. And let's check how the equipment situation has evolved. This looks like a naked guy with an axe. And the next guy here looks like he's still wearing Ute garb. So... But as a matter of fact, they're just still looking for a few more things. Not too many. Alright. It's just a display bug. As it seems. Or at least I hope so. Alright, so things are returning back to normal, but like I said, change is in the air. I bet that many dwarves are now much more interested in constructing the magma thing than before, and silently the queen is asking for a new little pair of leggings. She at least has the decency to not ask for another coffin, as this would be too cynical, facing the situation of the fortress. Obviously, our queen still has some sort of decency in her bones. But well, let's see. I want to link this bad boy up with that hatch. There we go. And we're going to link. Where is it? There's going to be another hatch, and this one will be closable as well. It's very, very important for me that we got this under control. There we go. Here goes the logs and the gear assembly, and that should do the trick. I really hope that we're able to build the pump stack from above. We'll see about that. Oh dear. I'm quite relieved to see that the caskets are brought down that quickly. I bet that a couple of the dwarves down here were really not happy about the orders to glass the next floor of the spire. But overall, the moral of the fortress is still very high. Nobody is willing to usurp the queen or go against her orders. It seems to me that the dwarves down here are just accepting that some assignments are more dangerous than others. Well, so there's the next of these darned pockets. Jeez, that's so many dead dwarves. Can't wait to have them finally all properly buried. We're basically just building a ginormous tomb this entire episode long. But well. I think one thing should be sure. VUCAR should smile on us because we gave him a big sacrifice this day. Oh, I just realized that we can actually re-achieve symmetry here. Let's do this like that. I'm a sucker for symmetry. This way we can get it back into shape. So my good friends, it is time to say goodbye for today. I will install a couple of pumps in the time between. I feel like grinding some pump stack in between the episodes and building the monstrosity here, as our dwarves were diligent and they built the entire shaft. In the meantime, look at this. The entire monster is done. We now need only to complete that, and basically, I just need to construct the rest of the machine, and we're already prepared to set the world on fire, which was my first and foremost goal for this series. So, I thank you all for watching. It's been my pleasure. I really love this series, and it's wonderful that we are already more than 50 episodes in, and I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves still, as much as I do. So, leave me your comments down below, leave me a thumbs up, you already know the drill. A subscription would be really, really nice too, and as usual, check out the description box below. There's plenty of links to go around, and I'd be super happy if you'd be checking them out. There is also Patreon, PayPal, and Buy Me a Coffee, and it'd be super nice if you'd give them a look. And a big thanks to all the supporters of the channel at that point. And of course, a big thanks to you watching this video until the very bitter end. I'm very happy to have people watching my videos so diligently as you do. And I hope you're having a mighty good time, a good day, a good night, whatever might be ahead of you. See you all next time. Bye bye.